Okay. So till now we have discussed about the if. So what does it if do and why are we using if? So let us also learn about the else statement. Okay. So else is the keyword used whenever we are using the else statement. So how does this if else do? What does it do? See, whenever we are using the if followed by some conditions, so what we do, we usually print a set of statements, right? So whenever this condition is true, we print set of statements. So this is what we have learned. If at all the condition is false, it will simply just comes to the next line, right? So it is not going to check any other condition. Similarly, we are using the else part. So we are using the else part to make it simple. So whenever this condition is false, so if at all the statements are not executed, then this set of statements will be executed. Okay. So this set of statements will be executed only when the condition is false. Okay. So let us learn a small example. Let us learn this else statement by using a small example. Okay. So I'm going to take a integer called as time. Time equals some 15, like 15 means 3 p.m. in the daytime. Okay. So what I want to print is whenever it's morning, I will be going to print good morning, and whenever it's not a morning, I will just print good evening to greet someone. Okay. So what I will be doing, I will be checking the condition. What is the condition? Time is less than or equals to 11 or 12. Let me take 12. Okay. So if at all it's 12 p.m. before, whenever you have the time before 12 p.m. So I want to greet someone as good morning. Okay. So this is what I treat as. So whenever I want to, so whenever the time is greater than 12 p.m., so it's usually good evening. This is only used for greeting people. So need not need to be logic. So we are just printing the good evening message. Okay. So what happens when I run this? So as we have taken the time is 15, right? So the time taken is 15, and we are checking that it's 15 or it's 3 p.m. in the evening. So what happens? It will check for the condition. Time is less than or equals to 12. So this condition is false, right? So if at all this condition is false, what happens? The else part will be printed now. Here we are not checking any condition. It is just used to print some statements. Okay. So if this is false, it just prints the whatever is written inside this. Okay. So as you can see, good evening is printed now because this statement is false. See, if at all this condition is true, then the statements will be ignored because here itself the work is done. So need not need to come to the else part. So let us also check that condition. I am taking 9 a.m. in the morning. Okay, so the time is 9 a.m. in the morning. So say the program and run it. So what is the 9 a.m.? 9 is less than or equals to 12. The condition is true. So good morning will be printed as you can see on the screen. Okay. To be simple, the else statement is a specific block of code. Okay, it's a specific block of code only executed when the condition of if is false. Okay, so you need only to remember these points. So let us also learn about else if. So as we have discussed, we have another topic called as else if. So what is this if else if? See, in this statement, what we are doing, we are just printing the good morning and good evening. But how about in the noon time, like in the time period between 12 p.m. and 5 p.m.? It's an afternoon, right? So you can just greet someone as a good day. So in that time, we need to check another condition, like if the time is between 12 and 5 p.m. in the morning, right? So we need to check that condition as well. But there is only possible that if at all we are able to check this condition, then good morning is printed. So how are we going to check this? In this case, we are using the else if part. Okay, that is if else if. So you can just use else and then you can use if, or else you can directly use if. Time is greater than 12, and so you're taking and operator, and time is less than or equals to. So what is the 5 p.m. Indian standard time? So it's 17. Okay, so if the time is between 12 and 11 17, so what I need to print, I need to print good day. Okay, so I need to print the good day. So let us check this by taking a small example. So I will be taking the time as 15, that is 3 p.m. in the afternoon. So when I run the program, so as you can see, good day is printed. Why? Because here we are checking another condition. So basically, else if is used to check multiple conditions. Okay, so in some programs we might be needing checking some conditions which are multiple statements. In this case, we are using the else if part. Okay, so else if statement is specific a new condition if the condition is false. Here one condition is checked. Similarly, second condition, and you can use as many as else ifs you want. Okay, so you can use any number of else if statements, and you can check the condition and make the program more efficient. Okay, so this is about the else if part. So there is another interesting topic, that is a shorthand if. Okay, so this is a kind of an interesting topic and you will enjoy learning this. So shorthand is also known as a ternary operator because it consists of three operands. Okay, so it consists of three operands. It can be used to replace multiple lines. Usually we have multiple lines and we can replace this number of lines. Okay, it is often used to replace some else if statements. Okay, so let us don't worry if at all you're not getting, let us learn this by taking an example. Okay, so what I will be doing, I will just erase this and I'm going to take the time as 50. So usually what we do, we need to check if time is less than 15 or 12, print good morning or good evening, right? Else and everything you need to print. Simply, what I will be doing, I will be taking a string result. Okay, so I will be taking a string called as result. Now, here, what I will be doing, I will be checking the condition. If time is less than 12, I will be asking, is time is less than 12? So if time is less than 12, I will be printing good morning, or else I will be printing good evening. Okay, so let me explain this, what is happening here. Here we are taking a simple variable to store the result. Okay, it will not print, it will just store the good morning or good evening. Okay, so the result which we are storing is decided by this condition. We are checking the condition and we are deciding whether we need to store good morning or good evening inside the result. Okay, so what we are checking, we are checking if time is less than 12. If this condition is true, then the first statement will be stored inside the result. If the condition is false, then the second statement is stored in the result. Okay, so what is the syntax we are using? We are using the condition followed by this question mark and statement 1, which is used whenever the condition is true, colon, and statement 2. So this is stored whenever the condition is false. Okay, so now result holds the answer. So result holds the text. So now we can just simply print result. Okay, so we can just simply print the result. So just make sure you use the semicolon here. So save the program and run the program. Let's check what happens. So 15 is the 3 p.m. in the evening. So the good evening is printed. So as you can see, the good evening is printed. Okay. So this is a kind of shorthand else if. Okay. So you can use it if at all you feel that else if is a long way to write it. So you can simply use it and save the result in the string variable. Okay. So this is all about else if and else statement. So